the Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. It is an absolutely beautiful day to dive headfirst into the latest, most explosive Genoa City gossip, and we are absolutely buzzing with excitement to unpack this massive new behind-the-scenes leak with all of you. Grab your favorite snack, settle in, get comfortable, and let's get right into the thick of this wild, unpredictable drama. I cannot even breathe right now. Are you guys seeing this? Melissa Claire Egan just casually dropped a massive, absolute nuke on her Instagram story, and I am quite literally losing my mind over here. I mean, she literally posted a picture of herself running lines inside a jail cell set. A jail cell. And she just captioned it like, "Sometimes you have to run lines in a jail cell. I am sorry. But you do not just casually post a jail cell on the set of The Young and the Restless, unless someone is about to get locked up for a very, very long time." My jaw is still on the floor. I am typing this at like 2 in the morning because I am so wired after seeing that post. We need to talk about this right now because my brain is spinning in a million different directions and I need to get these theories out of my system before I explode. But wait, let's just clear one thing up right off the bat before we get into the real suspects. Is Chelsea Lawson actually going to prison? Look, I know Chelsea has a rap sheet. We all remember her con artist days, the crazy stuff she pulled with Adam, and her history of going off the rails. Remember when they tried this whole Chelsea goes off the deep end storyline a few years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either, and it wouldn't work now. Plus, she was wearing this super chic, incredibly stylish outfit in the photo. You do not wear designer clothes when you are getting booked into Genoa City lockup. So no, Chelsea is just using the empty set for some quiet time to memorize her script. That is a totally normal actor thing to do when the adjacent stages are busy. Especially since she is dealing with all that Vegas drama right now, walking in on Adam and Riza in the hotel room. She's probably just stressed and needed a quiet corner on set. Okay, back to the point. The point is, the set is built. The set is lit. The set is ready to be filmed in. Someone is going down. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. WHO is getting arrested. Because let me tell you, half of Genoa City belongs in that cell right now. I mean, the crime rate in this town lately is absolutely off the charts. We have kidnappings, AI framing, drug tampering, blackmail, fake amnesia. It is a literal circus of felons. So I have been sitting here compiling a list of suspects based on the latest leaks, and I need you guys to tell me if I am totally crazy or if I am onto something here. Let's just break down the prime candidates, because there are some extremely heavy hitters on this list. First up, can we talk about Audra Charles and Holden Novak? I know some people are loving this new dynamic between them, but personally, I am so incredibly suspicious. The rumor mill is going crazy about them potentially being involved in some deadly cover-up in Los Angeles. A deadly cover-up. Like what on earth happened in LA? Audra is a ruthless corporate shark. We all know that. She only looks out for herself, and she will step on anyone to get to the top. But Holden? He just found out Malcolm Winters is his biological father, and that Stephanie Simmons has been lying to him his whole entire life. He is emotionally fragile right now. Is Audra dragging him into some dark, twisted mess from her past? Or did they do something together? If Audra and Holden are actually covering up a death in Los Angeles, that would explain so much of their weird, tense energy lately. I mean, Audra was just at the grand opening of Noah's replica of the Shadow Room, and we know she was deeply triggered there because of her past miscarriage with Noah. But maybe it's not just the miscarriage that has her on edge. Maybe she's harboring some massive criminal secret from LA. And if Holden is involved, imagine the fallout for the Winters family. Lily and Devin are already dealing with so much drama regarding Malcolm's bone marrow transplant and Kane Ashby's ruthless blackmail, and now their newfound brother might be a literal accessory to murder? I am so here for it, but I also kind of dread it because Holden has been through enough emotional turmoil for one lifetime. But if they did it, put them in the cell. So, moving on to the next major suspect, and honestly, the one I am praying gets locked up, Matt Clark. I absolutely despise this man. I have been watching for years, and Matt is genuinely one of the most terrifying, manipulative, sickening villains they have ever written. He is currently living at the Newman Ranch, pretending to have amnesia. Amnesia? Give me a break. He literally locked Adam and Nick in a storage room in Vegas, caused Nick to have a fentanyl-fueled car crash that nearly killed him and left him with potential brain damage. And now he is just chilling at Victor's house, traumatizing poor Sharon Newman just by existing in her general vicinity. I can't believe they did that. Putting Matt on the ranch where Sharon has to live in constant fear? Victor Newman is sick for that. He is ordering Adam to babysit Matt just to see if the amnesia is real, but we all know Matt is faking it. He is a predator. But here's the thing about Matt going to jail. The spoilers are hinting that the writers might not want to ruin his redemption arc by having him commit another massive crime right now. Redemption arc? Are you kidding me? The man is a monster. But if they really are trying to keep him around, maybe he gets framed. Maybe someone sets him up for a crime he didn't commit, which would land him in that jail cell Melissa Claire Egan was sitting in. Could you imagine if Nick frames Matt? Nick is so psychologically messed up right now, trying to force Matt to remember his crimes just so he can punch him with a clear conscience? Nick is spiraling out of control with his drug addiction, and what if he just completely snaps and plants evidence on Matt? Or what if Victor frames Matt just to finally get rid of him without getting his own hands dirty? I would honestly love to see Matt rot in a cell, whether he actually committed the specific crime or not. He deserves it for what he did to Noah, Sharon, and Nick. Throw away the key. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. We have to talk about the absolute queen of dodging prison, Phyllis Summers. Am I the only one who thinks Phyllis's luck is finally about to run out? I love her. I really do. She is an icon. But the woman is completely out of control. She literally framed Christine Blair using Newman Enterprises AI. She generated fake emails, got Christine arrested in open court, and sat there smiling a wicked smile while Danny watched in horror. It was iconic, I won't lie, but it is highly illegal. And Christine is screaming that she was set up, and we all know the bug never stops until she gets justice. And that is not even the half of it. Phyllis also kidnapped Matt Clark when he was faking his amnesia, tied him up in a dark basement, and tried to torture a confession out of him. Then Sienna Bacall, who is absolutely unhinged and violently loyal to Matt, by the way, jumped out of the shadows and beat Phyllis to a pulp. Phyllis is playing with fire on like 6 different fronts right now. Victor has her backed into a corner, offering her a deal she can't refuse to take over Summers Corporation to save her from the AI fallout. Michael Baldwin is screaming at her at the GCAC that she is her own worst enemy, and that the digital forensics match her writing style perfectly. Lauren Fenmore is terrified for her best friend. If Phyllis goes to jail, it would be the ultimate karma for what she did to Christine. But let's be real. Phyllis in prison would be incredible television. Remember when she was in prison before? She basically ran the place. If she ends up in that cell, I guarantee you Phyllis will be manipulating the guards, running a corporate empire from the inside, and plotting Victor's downfall within a week. But I kinda don't want her to lose to Victor. I am so conflicted. Victor is sitting there, watching her self-destruct. And it makes me so angry because Victor gets away with everything. But Phyllis might actually be the one wearing orange this time. Okay, let's pivot to someone who absolutely 100% belongs in a padded cell or a maximum security prison for the rest of her natural life. Patty Williams. I cannot stand her. The fact that Patty is back in Genoa City and tormenting Jack Abbott again makes my blood boil. She is literally blackmailing Jack for sex. She showed him a staged photo of Diane Jenkins Abbott unconscious in a padded white room and told him she would only reveal Diane's location if Jack recreated the magic they had on the yacht. That is disgusting. Jack is terrified. He is panicking, and Patty is just standing there with that smug, delusional look on her face. Patty is so deeply delusional. She actually thinks Jack is going to fall in love with her if she holds his wife hostage. Remember when she poisoned Summer Newman? Remember when she got plastic surgery to look exactly like Emily Peterson? Patty is a menace to society, but thank God for Tracy Abbott. Tracy is the absolute MVP right now. She saw Patty handing an envelope of cash to that creepy doctor, Markham in the park, and she immediately started pressing Patty. Tracy is playing brilliant psychological mind games with her, threatening to send her back to the mental hospital and telling her that finding Diane is the only way to prove she is reformed. Tracy's not playing around. I desperately need Tracy to expose Patty and send her straight to that jail cell. Patty has caused enough trauma for the Abbott family to last 10 lifetimes. And honestly, Jack is so desperate and panicking right now, I am terrified he might actually give in to Patty's sick demands just to save Diane. If Patty ends up in handcuffs, I will literally throw a viewing party. She needs to be locked away forever, and that jail set would be the perfect permanent home for her. But wait, because we cannot forget about Patty's partner in crime, DR, Lawrence Markham. This guy is the definition of a corrupt, sleazy, terrifying doctor. He is holding Diane hostage in this weird, strange house with barred windows. When Diane woke up, she was so disoriented, and she literally had to grab a letter opener to defend herself. And what did this psycho do? He just calmly told her she had a severe mental breakdown, that he found her screaming on the side of the road, and that Jack authorized him to treat her. He is gaslighting her to the extreme. But here is the massive twist that has me screaming at my television. Diane found books by Dr. Alan Laurent on the shelf in her room. Alan Laurent. You guys, what if Dr. Markham is actually Martin Laurent in disguise? We know Martin was arrested and sent to a mental facility. Maybe the same one Patty was in. What if Patty convinced Martin to get plastic surgery to look like Dr. Markham, just like she did with Emily Peterson? It makes so much sense. My mind is completely blown by this theory. If Dr. Markham is actually Martin Laurent, then he is the most dangerous person in Genoa City right now. He already held Sharon and Phyllis hostage in that clinic, trapping them in a psychological nightmare. And now he has Diane. If Sharon and Phyllis find out Martin is back, they're going to team up and absolutely destroy him. I want to see Dr. Markham dragged out of that barred house in handcuffs and thrown into that exact jail cell Melissa Claire Egan was sitting in. He deserves to rot for what he is doing to Diane and for what he did to Sharon and Phyllis. So, who is it going to be? Audra and Holden for the LA cover-up? Matt Clark getting framed by Nick or Victor? Phyllis finally paying for her AI framing schemes and kidnapping? Patty Williams for blackmail and holding Diane hostage? Or Dr. Markham, Martin Laurent, for his twisted gaslighting and kidnapping? Honestly, any of them would make for an incredible storyline. But if I had to put my money on it, I think it's going to be Phyllis. The writers love to push her to the absolute brink, and having her lose everything to Victor and end up behind bars would be the dramatic peak of this entire AI storyline. I know some people are loving the idea of Matt going down, but personally, I think the Phyllis drama has the most emotional weight right now. Whatever happens, the fact that the jail set is ready and being used by the actors means we are about to get some massive, explosive episodes. The legal ramifications are going to shake Genoa City to its core. I am going to be glued to my screen, analyzing every single frame. Let me know in the comments who you think is getting locked up, because I am losing my mind trying to figure it out. Anyway, I need to go to bed before I start hallucinating like Nick on fentanyl. Talk to you guys tomorrow.